Once we get some more money in, I could probably look into maybe building something new. You know what, actually? Now that we have patrols, let's take a look at how those look. So, deployment. To assign guards to patrols, click on an existing patrol square. What's an existing patrol square? I don't know what a patrol square is. Is it this? No, these are the lights. So what are the patrol squares? To assign guards to patrol, click on existing patrol square. Okay, let's click on an existing patrol square then. What am I doing? Okay, I get it now. So I can basically change the way in which they move. That's still kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so I draw paths. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, so that's how it works. Alright, so you click and drag your path, and then you click on it to assign a guard to that route. So, again though, at the moment, I don't think I'm going to worry too much about patrols because, well, I think we're fine enough without them at the moment. The danger situation is under control now. There's not really any real loops or circuits anyway that I could run these guys on anyway. Once I maybe connect up this prison here, there'll be a nice little loop for them to patrol around here, but other than that, there's not really anything for them to do. In any case, let's see whether or not adding those extra items in the workshop increase the productivity that much. Well, that's not too bad, honestly. I mean, that's an extra 2,400 a day, plus the 300 I now make on the prisoners. So, I mean, 4,000, that's pretty modest. I've made back most of what I used up today. So, on that note... On that note... I wonder if... I have a thinking here of wanting to go ahead and make the dog kennel, just in case. So, we can go ahead and start working on dogs. And that'll take some time to work out. And how much would it cost? So, 50 per square. See, my idea right now is to set one of these areas up as a temporary workshop, so we can take some of these extra prisoners here and put them to work as well, to increase the productivity even further. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, that'd be 200. Remove tunnels. Oh yeah, I guess this is a new thing here. Basically, how it works is when you discover a tunnel, like if one of these guys happens to be digging a tunnel and you catch him in the act, or because of the guard dogs you happen to find the tunnel, then what happens is you can remove it using this. And obviously that makes it difficult for prisoners to use that tunnel to escape because you've removed it. I suppose I can't really talk about how well the dogs work, though, until later. Perimeter wall. This is new. It's also very expensive. But from what I'm understanding, it's a lot more expensive than the walls I'm dealing with now. So, I'll keep that in mind for later. Okay, well, let's go ahead and look into buildings. Few walls here. We'll at least build some of these walls in. Because, well, now I'm going to have almost no money left for what I want. Okay, well, I'll have to wait another in-game day before I can do this, but basically I'm going to set up another workshop here, a temporary one. I'll set up another 2 workshop saws, another 2 presses, and I'll basically make this, as I said, another workshop, so we'll have 8 people working on making extra money for the prison. And that ought to make it run a little faster, a little smoother. It will give them another place to get tools, but as long as I keep their needs in the low here, especially freedom and family and all these other ones, then I don't think I'll ever have to worry about that. So, yeah, things are actually coming along pretty darn well in this prison. There was a little bit of a scare there with that possible prison riot there. And, of course, giving all these prisoners all the freedom of being able to go back here while working and, you know, all the risk of them stealing tools from the workshop, it is always an added danger. However, sometimes you have to take risks in order to get further along in this game. On that note, maybe I should throw in some... Hold on a sec. Where the hell am I going? I need to go to utilities. I think it'd be a good idea to go ahead and expand this out a little ways, so that we can get some power into this area here later. And that should be good for now, I guess. So, I will go ahead and set up... Well, actually, you know what? We're almost at the dawn of a new day. Dogs is just about researched. Maybe we could take a look at setting up a kennel while we're here, before I go. So, now we have dogs, which we can hire from the employment menu, I think. Dog handler, yeah. So the way dog handlers work, you hire them and then... Actually, do they not have a daily cost? It's auto-saving, so I can't check at the moment. Yeah, they do not have a daily cost. You just pay $500 and they handle the dogs. Huh. I guess it's kind of a trade-off, because dogs are not always on the job. So once I can figure out how they work... Okay, so... Let's go ahead and set up a patrol then, since we're going to have guard dogs now. Let's set up a patrol around the perimeter here. I'm going to scan the whole perimeter here. And once we draw this in, we can hire a dog handler. Go ahead and draw out a line around the whole prison like this for the future prison, so that way these guys don't end up walking into walls later. And I think that will do it. So now we just need to hire the dogs. Alright, so then we'll go to staff. Oh yeah, I need to probably build the room first. Okay, so kennel. Needs to be 5 by 5, enclosed with walls or doors, and it must have a dog crate. Now, the thing about kennels is that they can be indoors or outdoors, but in either case, they must be enclosed within... sorry, my brain just derped on me here. They must be enclosed within a 5 by 5 area of some sort, be it with walls or with fences. So, since my dogs are going to be watching mostly the exterior of my facility, I think it'll be a good idea if I build the kennel outside. So let's actually pause for a moment here and check out the new planning mode. So as you can see here, we now have a few extra things here for planning mode. We can either put in walls, which is what we've used to do before, but we can also actually designate where we'll want to put objects later, and Let's actually clear some of these walls from the blueprints here, since we already placed down objects there. But we can now make markers for objects and for pathways. So, let's go ahead and just make a little wall here. And let's see now. Let's go ahead and leave like a little walkway here for the guards. We'll make this our kennel area. You know, let's make it a little spacier, actually, because these are going to be good dogs. Good doggies. Oop. We'll put object here. I don't know how big these dog crates are. Let's see. Dog crate. $100 each. Well, we'll go ahead and get one dog crate. And then what we'll do, then build some fences. Oh. I just realized I may not... Oh no, I can build unlimited fence. There's no cost to how much fence you use. That's good. That is really good. Okay, then we'll designate this as a kennel then. And do I need anything else? They'll probably need a door, but what kind of door? It's a shame there isn't like a chain link fence door. Well, my idea is I can put a jail door here. Because being a guard, they'll be able to exit and leave as they want and whatnot. And if a prisoner should happen to dig into the kennel, then they'll be trapped in there. So, ha. I don't know, that should be a riot, wouldn't it? If they actually dug their way into the kennel, and then they get eaten by dogs. I know that's a horrible thing, but come on, if they're going to try to escape, then being eaten by dogs is probably a mercy on their soul. So right now, all the prisoners are washing their clothes. Or, well, they're showering, I should say. But once they return to their rooms, if they have a clean uniform, they will try to change into it. Eventually, at some point, this guy might. His clothing is very high, why is he not doing it? Come on, you have a nice clean uniform right there. No, I guess he doesn't care about the uniform. Everyone else did, though, because there's a lot of dirty uniforms just lying around. Well, at least this kennel is being built pretty quickly here. You know, this fence actually looks pretty darn cool, honestly. And on that same note, actually, since fencing is free, I think it wouldn't hurt to also enclose my whole area here a little bit. But I also want to make it a little wide, because I don't know how far out these escape tunnels go. So just to make sure that they won't get too far. Yeah, alright, so here's what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to take rooms here. And I'm actually going to erase a little bit of the garbage and deliveries areas. Now, before anyone goes saying that's a horrible idea because of the issues with deliveries and garbage before, let it go for the record that this has actually been fixed. Alpha 14 was nice enough to actually make it to where the garbage and trash areas do not have to be right on the street. You can now actually put them inside your buildings. Like, where the infirmary is, I could put deliveries in here, and it would still work. The truck will come down and stop at level with the deliveries area. If the doors need to be opened, guards will help bring in the stuff and everything. If it's prisoners, they will kindly wait outside until guards can come to take them inside. And stuff like that. So yeah, all in all, it's actually not that bad a deal. So now that we have a kennel, let's hire a dog handler. So as you can see here, we have a guard dog now that comes with the guard dog handler. They're having a nice little wander around here. You might notice a little green bar beneath the dog, however, and that is because dogs have stamina. This is the trade-off of the dogs, is that while they are very good at hunting down prisoners and everything, they have only so much stamina. So if you're going to hire dogs and dog trainers, you want to make sure you have enough of them to take shifts. So on that note, let's go ahead and assign a dog guard patrol here to this whole perimeter here. Now, I don't think there's any escape tunnels at the moment. However, if the dog should happen to find an escape tunnel, or a prisoner who is in the process of escaping, then the dog will actually stop to paw at the ground. And the thing is, this is not going to automatically trigger an alert. You're going to have to be watching the dog to make sure that when he does find something, that you're there to do a search of the area. So that is one of the trade-offs, another of the trade-offs I should say, of the dogs, is not only do they have a certain amount of stamina, but they also will own... sorry, my brain just died on me there. But they will only be useful as long as you're keeping an eye on them. Now, the one exception to this rule... Oh. On a sec here. Why were you pawing at the ground? Why do you want me to... Okay, I don't know. He was pawing at the ground, I think, but who knows. Mr. Wirtz, what do you have on you? Nothing. Okay. Whatever. But yeah, the nice thing about guard dogs is that if they actually catch a prisoner in the act of digging an escape tunnel, like if they're on patrol and they happen to stop right above a prisoner, they will automatically flush them and their entire escape tunnel out. So that is the one automatic thing about dogs that can make them pretty useful. So I'll just go ahead and let this guy do his job and circle the facility and everything. I might consider putting in fences for the entire facility soon enough. And also give a little bit of a range around here so that prisoners don't just have to dig 5 feet past this wall and the fence and they'll be home free. I want to make sure that they at least get stuck behind a wall of some sort so that the guard dog can still track them down if need be. So on that note, let's go ahead and... Yeah, let's go ahead and put in that fence, honestly. So, let's see here. Let's go ahead and take the fence. Drag it down here. Go into planning mode. Go to walls. So, I'm going to try to aim for like a uniform length around the prison. So that's 11. So what I want to do then is that. Then this will be 11 out here. And I highly doubt they'll get very high up on this end, so maybe we'll just make this 11 out from this wall. Alright, so now we'll go to walls. Fences, which are still free. I love that. And we'll start building in the fence. And as you can see, the guard dog and his handler are returning to the kennel. Because the dog is out of stamina. Which means that he is now too tired to continue his job. Poor doggy. Now, I'm thinking of just leaving the front gate wide open. And that's a twofold reason. For one, putting down a gate would help to keep things in the prison. But remember that they'd also have to pass right in front of the dog handler's cage in order to get that far. So, my thought process is, if they do happen to get all the way out here to the front gate, either there'll be a bunch of guards waiting for them, or several hungry dogs. So, I don't know. I think it's safe enough to leave this wide open for the time being. Though that's not to say I won't plan to put in a gate here at some time in the future just in case. So having done that, let's go ahead and remove these lines here. Now why is that line not greening out? I think that's a slight graphical bug. Oh well. The rest of my prison looks okay, so we can ignore that. So, a lot of fences going to go in over time. Families coming and going. I guess they're in the middle of free time hour, that's why they're not working. Okay. Okay, well that's fine. That's fine. They can take a little break. That's what I put that hour in there for, so they can get a nice little breather in between work periods. How are their needs looking? Food's getting a little high, but otherwise they look like they're doing pretty okay. Clothing is still pretty high, but I think that's mostly because most of these guys are idiots and are simply not doing anything about clothing. Come to think of it, actually, what happened to all the dirty laundry? Actually, what's going on here with the laundry machine? It looks like it's stuffed full of clothes. What's going on here? Do none of you know how to use an ironing board now? Or is it because it's against the wall or something? Do we need, like, another laundry machine? I don't know, because there's a lot of clean uniforms right here. I'm honestly a little confused right now. Honestly, really confused. Don't get it at all. I don't know. This game's still probably buggy in many ways. I just can't be bothered to figure it all out. So, yeah. I don't think there's a whole lot more to talk about at this time. I've already introduced you to the dog kennels, the handlers. I've talked about everything that's changed since last time. I've discussed my plans already. I'm going to set up an extra workshop here just to make things move along a little faster. And when we come back, I will hopefully have that 20,000. If it goes fast enough, maybe even more than that. And I will see you guys next time on Let's Play Prison Architect. This is Solomon, signing off. Have a good day.